Interesting topic and something that I've talked about on stream quite a bit, but I want to yap about this because they're not entirely wrong. Steam is like a diet monopoly when it comes to PC games, but not because they use like monopolistic tactics or anything. They literally just offer a better service than anything else that seems to come up and literally do nothing.
I mean, the only competitor to Steam was Fortnite or Epic Games, but they failed to bring a really nice product. Where they failed at, I believe, is the marketplace. Like, Steam has the best marketplace out there. I mean, think about Counter-Strike, how much money goes into it. Think about Dota skins and everything, how much money they make. I always thought that Epic Games is gonna bring that, but they never did. So I think Steam is the strongest one out there to do that. That's why they're really strong.
And win just by being better than all of the competitors that try and enter the market.
I mean, there is no other competitors, I believe so. The biggest one was Epic Games, as I said. But other than that, there was not a bigger one. The Steam and Epic Games were the best ones. And the only competitor that could beat Steam was basically Epic Games. But they didn't bring the complete thing. I don't know why, but they failed at it.
Developers and players just naturally gravitate towards Steam. And thus, they do kind of have like a stranglehold, like nipple clamps on PC games market. So, like, they do have oomph. And you can make an argument that they're like a soft monopoly. But I think it tells.
What I don't really like about games nowadays, like, think about Blizzard, man, and think about Fortnite. The only competitors that could beat Steam, like Fortnite, for example, as I said, it's they should have made a market where you can just trade your skins. Imagine if you could trade your skins for money, and every trade you make on Epic Games, they could just take a fee off of it, for the like trading the skins on their market, for using their marketplace, like Steam does. But they fail to do that. And the thing about Steam is the most famous games you think about, like Counter-Strike or Dota, their idea of making those games are like crazy good because you offer a game that's really good to play with high quality, that's not pay to win. Like, I want you to think about it, how crazy good that is. You make a game that is not pay to win, and everyone is equal. It's easy for new players to join the game. Like, think about Counter-Strike. It's just shooting game, right? It's so easy to play. Think about Dota. You can just enter, everything is shown to you. You can just move your character and buy the items. The build is everything done. It's easy to play. And it's not pay to win. And you have a marketplace where you can just buy skins for your character to look good. And the game is free. Think about it. You play the most famous game in the whole world. And it's free. You don't pay anything for it. That's like in the counter with Blizzard. In Blizzard, you have to buy every game. And you don't offer a free game to everyone. It's like... And the games that they offer for free are pay to win. So that's like the biggest, huge thing that Steam has. They offer a game that you can play for free, you can buy skins off of it, and they make money. Most of the money they make are through their market. So it's the best thing to do as a competitor. And I'm not really sure why other people, they don't use it, other companies. The closest one was Epic Games, but they failed to do that. And they're like nothing compared to Steam nowadays. And of course, every game developer will choose Steam over anything else.
A very interesting story because there are alternatives, there are competitors, they just don't necessarily thrive. So anytime that...
That's why I hate like Asmongold. I look a lot from his videos and he's talking about pay to win and why it's important to pay for a game. And we were seeing nowadays every game that you have to buy, it never works. It never works long term because you have to offer the game for free. And for the people that want to look good in the game, they have to pay money for it. But at the same time, you have to make the game that it's not pay to win. You understand what I mean? It's like you have to make it free so a lot of players will join, so the game will be fun. Imagine you're playing a game where 2 million people are online. Of course, it's gonna be fun for everyone, and you will make money off of it. You don't have to sell it. You just make some skins or shiny things inside the game so the people will buy it, like Counter-Strike. One knife, it goes up to 5,000-6,000 euros. And it doesn't change the gameplay. It doesn't make you better in the game. No, it just looks good. And out of these $6,000 or euro knives, they make a lot of money. They make huge amount of money, and at the same time they can offer the game for free.
That a new games platform tries to enter the market to compete with Steam. They do their own version, with blackjack and hookers and whatever. And it usually flounders. Like, it usually flatlines pretty quickly because it's just inferior to Steam. Even though Steam has remained largely unchanged for the longest time.
Exactly, man. Nobody comes close to it, like, ever.
It has cemented itself as just a really easy to use platform that's just extremely convenient for developers and players. So a new platform springing up.
It's not because of that. Even if you're a game developer and you make a game, you see where most of the people are active at. Let's say you make a game and you go on Steam and they offer you a player base or people that think about how many people are active on Steam. They're active because Steam offers free games to play that are high-end games like Counter-Strike and Dota. Like 2 of them, as I said, but there is many more of them. And of course, most of the people gonna play that game. And you're in favor in joining that software or that company because of course your game is gonna do good if a lot of people are in that.
It's got its work cut out for it, but that's not to say they don't exist, because there are a lot of alternatives. Well, maybe a lot's being a little charitable. There are some alternatives. Some of them are even decent, like GOG. Even though in recent times I've had extraordinarily horrible luck with GOG and getting games to actually fucking work through there, it is a service that is good, but
no website is gonna ever beat Steam. I believe the only competitor out there that can beat something like a game like Steam, it's gonna be like Stake Casino. I mean, if you think about what they did is they had huge problems with Twitch back in the day because of gambling website. And what they did, they made their own streaming platform like Kick, because there is huge amounts of money flow there. So the only thing or only competitor that they can beat, that can beat Steam is I believe it's gonna be Stake. The casino don't like casinos because they have huge amounts of money, man. They have huge amount of money flow there, and they have basically this mindset of trading market and skins and then things like that Steam offers to do. And if they can release a game and like Steam with some crazy idea if they come up to, I believe they can be the biggest company as Steam. But other than that, there is no other company that's gonna come close. I mean, Blizzard is far away, man. Blizzard is still living back in the 2000s. They're far back. They're gonna be never so good like Steam.
It's not really comparable to Steam or anything. And then there's things like the Epic Game Store, which I think did try and employ monopolistic tactics to compete.
They did offer free games to play, yes, but they closed. There is no market. You have to offer your player base to make money, let's say, or just try to trade things. That offers a monopoly, if I should say. If you close it, it's like making a company and you don't open it to the market. You don't open it to the people. Let's say you open a company like Tesla and you don't open it on the market so people can buy your company, let's say. You know what I mean? That's like the biggest thing that someone needs when it's growing. So you need it.
It was Steam.
To buy the stock, I meant to say. You make a company, then you have to put it on the market so people can buy your stock. Then this company becomes huge because a lot of people can invest into it. Like Steam. Think about how many people invested money into buying skins in Steam. There is millions on money flowing there. It's like investment thing.
Epic Game Store, I don't know how many of you remember, was trying to incentivize developers to marry themselves to their platform exclusively. Basically trying to have their own console wars between these platforms of Steam versus Epic Game Store. So they would steal away developer titles to go to the Epic Game Store through incentives. And it didn't work because Epic Game Store itself is just not a great platform. So people don't like to use it willingly.
Exactly, my thoughts.
Very few people choose Epic Game Store over Steam. So it hasn't beaten Steam, and it's kind of a joke
It can never beat, because the amount of money that Steam produces through their marketplace or store, it's million times more than Epic Games, man. You can't even compare it. They have huge amount of power. Steam, They beat everyone. They beat everyone up.
Gotten a lot of resentment because of some of their tactics they've used to try and compete. Whereas Steam doesn't really.
What I find so dumb is, imagine you're owner of this Epic Games company and you see how Steam works, you see why they're so successful, and you don't try to copy them, if you know what I mean. I was asking always myself, why do don't release a marketplace exactly like Steam to offer a solution to the people that they can invest into your company? But they never did that. It's just mind-boggling to me. Why you don't do that? You have this hugest opportunity with Fortnite, or you had with that, to just offer that to people, but they never did it. It's crazy to me.
Really do any of that. It just kind of sits there fucking lollipop in hand and does nothing and is winning. All these other platforms spring up and
They did a lot. What do you mean they did nothing, man? They offer the best things that a platform can offer. Free-to-play games, a huge market. They have everything. What do you mean they do nothing? They have a lot of things.
usually just run themselves straight into the shitter. So Steam just always prevails in the end. And that does put it in a position where it is like a soft monopoly. Worth mentioning about this study in particular, 75% of respondents were senior managers of C-suite level, with 77% from studios with more than 50 employees. And the study found that for a majority of the studios, Steam accounts for over 75% of revenue. And then they do briefly mention that developers started utilizing Epic Game Store and the Xbox PC Game Store. But again, it's clear Steam is the bulk of the balloons here.
It is the bulk. Have you heard about the last news with the Counter-Strike and the newest update? How much money did they wipe, should I say, from the marketplace? I mean, didn't wipe, but they made a huge change. And people lost a lot of money. That's like how huge Steam is, man. They can change the whole market base. Like, no other company can do that, because, as I said, a lot of people had invested a lot in Steam. That's why it's so strong, because of the people investment in it. It's not because they've sold a lot of games, it's just of the market base.
It is fascinating because, as I briefly mentioned, Steam doesn't do anything to try and solidify this pseudo-monopoly. Like, they don't have parameters in place to try and force people to use Steam and drive out competition or anything like that. They literally just plant their feet in lat spread and just sit there menacingly, to the point where if you're a developer releasing on PC and you choose not to release on Steam, you are cutting your own nuts off. You are doing yourself a
you are, because a lot of people are on Steam. That's why.
Huge disservice.
And like I said, Steam offers the best things that can somebody offer. You don't even have to spend money and still have fun playing any game that you want. Like, it's top game.
Not having your game in front of all of those
They're stronger than League of Legends, they're stronger than Epic Games, they're stronger than everyone.
Steam users. And again, it's not Steam that's doing that and putting that fear of God in you. It's just gamers choose Steam. So if your game's not on Steam, they might not be buying it at all in general. They might not even give it the time.
No, because I believe the people that are on Steam, a lot of them are either gambling or making money. Like, that's basically it.
A day. So like, it's very interesting because
or they're playing for the fun of it.
Again, Steam, at the least not to anything I've ever seen, has never really tried to do anything to be a monopoly in the PC gaming space. They've just always been really
They released their marketplace.
Convenient, like user focused, and like first and foremost just accessible to developers and users, that they are just the best service. Now, of course, it's not perfect. Nothing ever will be. Like, I fucking hate the Steam friend UI and all that. I bitch and moan about that endlessly on stream whenever I'm trying to, like, co-op with friends on different games. But, like, overall, the Steam platform is better than any other games platform that has come out, generally speaking. So, it's hard to compete with that. So even though Steam's doing nothing, like, they don't need to, like, innovate or change things. They just have to not wipe their whole ass.
They did change things. I mean, did you see the Counter-Strike thing? How much money they changed in the market? They do change things. Like, they watch stuff. They see in their own favor what they should change to make their own market better.
That's with everything they've built over the last couple of decades. And so far, they've been doing a great job of not just fucking it all up. And that seems to be, like, all they do. They are doing nothing to limit competition or anything. I have to imagine at the Steam HQ, they don't even know that they're ever in a competition with other game platforms. They probably have no fucking idea.
I think they do.
about like what Epic Game Store does with trying to get like exclusives and shit in the past. Like, I doubt they even have it as a blip on their radar. Now,
I think they do. I mean, if you ever think about it, I think the biggest competitor to Counter-Strike is gonna be Fortnite, and the biggest competitor to League of Legends is gonna be Dota. So I think they do think about it. Don't you think they think about those stuff? I mean, if you look at Dota, how many things they have copied from League of Legends, I believe. A lot of things they have copied from them because of innovation. I think League of Legends made a lot of innovations and they saw that the game runs good and they kind of like see what runs good and they try to use it in their own favor. And no other company does that.
normally, monopolies are a really bad thing for consumers. That's typically bad news. You do not want monopolies because there's no incentive to be the best service. There's no incentive to change or improve or get better for consumers because what's the point? There's no alternatives. And like I said, Steam is not a monopoly, but it kind of is like a de facto monopoly in the sense that pretty much everyone is choosing Steam, developer and players alike. So all the other alternative platforms, they're not exactly, popping off or anything like that. They're not out there wiggling their finger in celebration with how great everything's going there compared to like a Steam or something. But Steam is the best thing for consumers right now in this market. There isn't a better alternative.
There is a better alternative because they look at their own favor, how to make a most amount of money and to offer the best games and servers possible to the player base. So a lot of people will join them.
So it is weird because it is a monopoly that is a monopoly because it just is the best. So people are choosing it willingly. They're not
Not really, I would say, because they have fun with they have a lot of fun using Steam. That's it, pretty much it.
not being like
the games that Steam offers.
Fucking
Don't really join Steam because of love of it. You join Steam because you enjoy their games.
hypnotized into it or something, or they're not being forced to because of lack of alternatives. It is just the best in the industry right now. So
It is.
everyone goes to it. So it's one of the few times you'll see this kind of report where it's like, oh, this many people believe Steam is a monopoly, and you're like, oh, yeah, good. That's great news. You're right.
They always were.
It's so rare. Because let's take another de facto monopoly, for example. YouTube, it's got a big...
Exactly. You know why YouTube works? Because you can make content for free and you can advertise your content for free. Like YouTube does that for you and you can earn money. So you make a monopoly out of it. Like you offer a solution to the people that join the channel. They get to watch the videos for free and they can get to make money without investing anything. Like me doing these videos. I'm investing nothing, just my time. I don't invest anything into YouTube. And that's why it's the most popular thing out there. And of course it's gonna be mostly used because it offers like a solution to everyone using it and everyone loves it because everyone benefits it. The viewer benefits from watching the video and the creator benefits from making money out of it.
time stranglehold on video.
And think about Blizzard. They offer a game, but you have to pay for it. So it's like exchange, and you have to give something from you. Platforms like YouTube and Steam, you don't give anything. It's free. You get to use it, and you get the same quality for it. The quality doesn't change. That's what makes both of the companies, I believe, the strongest out there. They have no competition.
Sharing. There's very few alternatives.
Like if you want to have competitor and beat competitor like Steam or YouTube, then you have to innovate something even better. Like Kick, for example, they have huge background with gambling and stuff. That's why that Kick is so successful. If they didn't have huge background, Kick would flap. Think about it. You have to have huge background in order to beat some big competitor or be innovative.
To YouTube, and it's something that's been discussed, yapped about, blabbered about for so many years now, and there just isn't a real YouTube competitor. And what does YouTube do with this swamp-ass throne it finds itself on top of for videos? Well, it doesn't improve, I'll tell you that much. It's definitely not the best it can be. There has been some big-time shitification going on in recent years because where are you going to go? Where are you going?
Yeah, you can't go anywhere because they're most innovative. Nobody has come with better idea than YouTube.
There's nowhere else besides YouTube for video sharing and all of the features that YouTube has available.
Exactly.
There isn't a real alternative.
Because the budget that YouTube has, nobody has.
And there's no incentive for YouTube to fix the many problems that have been plaguing the site for so long. YouTube can do...
It can never be perfect though, so I don't know what he means by that. You cannot make a platform that is $1 billion and billions of people are using it to be perfect. Like, it's gonna be almost impossible.
Horrible decision after terrible decision after awful decision till the cows come home out the wazoo, and it doesn't really affect them because there isn't real competition. The users stay because YouTube does have a de facto monopoly. And in, I imagine, 99% of cases, if you ask somebody, do you think it's a good thing that YouTube has this, position here as a de facto monopoly, they'd say no.
I mean, isn't YouTube connected with Google? I mean, Google is made the internet possible, so that's like the iPhone of phones. You can't really have competitor like that, man. It's gonna be impossible to beat them. They're basically the internet, YouTube and Google, so...
But then if you ask that same question to somebody about Steam, they would probably say yes. And it's not hard to see why. It's a very big distinction here, I would say. Steam got to this position by just being better than all of the other competitors. I saw a comment that kind of painted it pretty well. Steam isn't a monopoly, its competition is just incompetent.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty true. Yeah. It's not like Steam has ever, to my knowledge, used its position in the industry to crush the little guy trying to make a startup that's better than Steam or something.
Because everyone that's starting up, they basically make a copy of YouTube or Steam. So of course it's not gonna be better because a company like that already exists.
Does is just sit there like a fucking tree. That's all it does. It's been around for so long. It innovated at the...
Exactly. Steam has been long enough like YouTube and Google. And they have basically... They're smart about it, man. They don't really make horrible decisions to bring their company down.
Very beginning, it cracked the code on what it needed to be the best. And now, all they have to...
And that's why you just have to join them. You cannot fight them, just join them.
Is just not...
Like a lot of people invest into YouTube and Google, and a lot of people invest into Steam, and they make millions of dollars. Like the guy you're watching is a millionaire. That's how you win.
Fuck it up.
You cannot make competitor, you just join them.
And everyone else that tries to compete in the space just puts out a legitimately worse product, generally speaking. Like I mentioned earlier, GOG I do think offers a different kind of product still in the same space, but having like DRM free copies for older games and stuff is a valuable service to offer, and it is something a bit different than what Steam offers. I just personally haven't had great luck with GOG recently. So anyway, yeah, I do actually kind of agree here. This survey was also conducted by what appears to be another platform that's trying to sell developers on the idea to sell with them. So the study itself is already a little weird, but the actual subject matter of Steam being a soft monopoly is an interesting topic, I think. And it is one where I'd say, yeah, Steam is kind of a soft monopoly. What's crazy is, I don't think that's a bad thing. They are just the best in the industry for a gaming platform.
Exactly, they are. So if you don't have any better ideas to be a competitor to them, as I said 5 times already, you just have to join them.
Platform. Like, they just made the best platform, and they haven't done anything, scummy and shady to, prevent others from beating them. It's just all the others that compete are worse.
Yeah.
So people just go to Steam. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Well, that's it for me then too. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and see you again in the next one.